Global.Media.com. Every step forward is a new beat to your drum. Achieve success with Global.Media.com. Then celebrate it with or without champagne or rum.
Hey, I'll be done by 8. I hope. It's not a hope. I'll have to be done by 8. I have to go and do this. My son's transportation. Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. Welcome to Annie's first real show with just me, I think. This is the first one, right? Had some shows last week. So, with Christina, I think. And maybe another one. And of course, Monday Motivation podcast goes on. It's not news that's rambling under my ear. So this is my first real show. Welcome. So I'm still loving on my friends who came to the workshop yesterday. That cheers me up. And I say, you made my day. I guess I know I'm clearer now in my mind about who is on that journey to do more, achieve more, be more, serve more, and just work more towards our greatness, right? Of course, if you're here, my friends, do drop us a comment. If you don't say anything, then I don't know who it is that's here. I know you're here, but I just can't see you. Let's see if I can see your name. Natalie, welcome. Glad you're here. You say Mr. Calm is here as well. Brilliant. It's always good to have friends here. So I can see there's more people on my LinkedIn. So my friends, do say hi. Tell us where you're joining from. Tell us what you want to tell us. Tell us how your day is going. Tell us whatever. Let me mute myself on my LinkedIn. Someone just joined the studio. Mr. Whisper Boy just joined the studio. Hello, Mr. Cyrus. How are you? Happy New Year, Cyrus.
Hi, Annie. Happy New Year, my friend. How's it going?
Nice. It's going. You're here, so that cheers me up. You called me the other day, didn't you?
Yeah. I just wanted to first of all say hi to everyone and wish everyone a lovely New Year ahead of them. And if you haven't made plans for the New Year, the month of the months January and February is the best time. Get on it.
I agree. No, I do say, with the hand on my heart, that what we're going to do this year, Cyrus, if we don't start it between now and February, it's not going to get done. I'm sure some people think I'm going mad, but I know what happens, right? Because what happens is, get to February, you think, oh, the year started. Then suddenly it'll be summer. And if you're still thinking what you're going to do and as summer's here, then you're in trouble. Because next thing you're going to think is, oh, it's October. And that's the end of the year. That last 3 months of the year. And then suddenly it'll be Christmas again. And then what you wanted to get done didn't get done. So if
Yeah, absolutely. If you don't know where you're going, you barely get anywhere, as they say.
If you're going to get it done now, my friend. Start now. Start the conversation. Start putting the steps in place. Take the first step. I say, well, you don't start now. It's not going to get done. No, that's what Cyrus and I definitely agree on. Anyway, how's the year started, Cyrus? Has it started with a bang?
Yeah, absolutely. So within the months December of last year and January of this year, I've kicked off writing my third book. And it's about Napoleon. Yeah, it's about Napoleon, this power-thirsty rat who. So this is more like that character about character who's comes to power in a I can't divulge too much information about the story because it hasn't been published yet. But
It's a better rat.
it's a sociological story about a rat that comes into power. His name is Napoleon, and Napoleon with a G at the beginning, GNAW, Napoleon, because he bites everything and everyone.
No, it knows the stuff, right?
Napoleon.
Okay. No. So when is that book coming out? And where are the other two, my friend?
So one is in the capable hands of Alexis, our fantastic editor.
Yeah.
So that's the second book. That is Branding. I don't think I need to explain what that book is about. So it's about branding.
Branding? Are
Um,
you sure it's about
yeah,
branding?
yeah. The
Okay.
first one. So that's already published. That is you can go to bonovinote.com, and the story's actually got its own website. It's quite interactive and nice. You can go and check it out. So this is the third one, and I'm really excited about it. Yeah, 7 chapters in, by the way, so far. So far, so good.
Excellent. Well, well, of course, I would say hopefully it'll come around to my desk to publish one day. It does. I haven't got loads of books to publish because I've got similarities. Someone gave me 20 books to publish of theirs, and it's like, oh, thanks. That's going to take me a while. It's going to take me a long time to publish 20 books, but still, I would say we're looking several months, but I still got to publish other books in between and do my book launches and do other things as I do. Yesterday, I had my workshop. That worked out well. In case you're wondering, my friends, we had 10 full paying clients. I'm happy with that. And those are the 10 I'm going to hang on to for the year, I think, in terms of transforming lives. They're the 10 I'm going to at least start off my focus on. Because I'm excited about what they want to achieve and what we can achieve together. As you've seen, Cyrus and Mr. Khan have joined the studio. Of course, if you want to join the studio to add to the conversation, you're welcome. Yes, now the link is on the event page. I could share the link, I guess, in the comment chat here as well.
Good afternoon, Khan.
Mr. Khan, how are you?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you?
I'm good.
I have not spoken to you guys in quite a while now, ever since last year.
That's why we miss you, brother.
So I would like to take the opportunity to personally wish you a happy new year.
Yeah.
Yep. And a fantastic, profitable, not necessarily profitable in a sense, well, profitable in the sense that I think what profit is about. Yeah, pretty much like that.
We're talking tomorrow in my Being Your Authentic Self in Business room about what does greatness look like.
Aha.
So I think being profitable comes into that. I think for me anyway. Being.
Well, yeah. If you don't add it in any, I would say to myself, oh my gosh, he's definitely gone mad.
What? So you're agreeing that money comes into greatness?
I'm agreeing that that's what you think.
Yes.
If you do not add that to your list of things, or if it's not like the top most important thing, then I would say that you've gone mad.
It's not the most important thing, but I won't tell you what the most important thing is today. Why spoil a good anticipation when I can wait till tomorrow and then you can find out what I think and what my friends think. Literally.
Oh, thank you for whetting my palate. I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's right. Tomorrow's the day, my friends. The link is on my profile. So do join us. I'm sure I'll send you a show.
Cyrus.
Yes.
Mr. Phenomenal, how you doing?
Hi, how's it going? I'm doing well, thank you so much.
About the book that you're writing.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to say, I consider myself very, very lucky to have found you guys on LinkedIn a couple of years ago when I did, and surely if I hadn't found you guys, you, Paulette, Annie, and Natalie, and many other people that I should mention here. Also, I'd like to thank. yourself, Carl, Nasali, Islam, Zion, and Biplop, Hussein, who actually like this events that we are on now. The events that we are on now is one of the best events out there. You see a lot of events with thousands of people on it, and nobody knows what everybody else is doing, and they barely know each other. But this close-knit community that is that has been formed around a good person such as Annie.
Wow. We
It's
all know
really,
that.
yeah, it's a
We all
really,
know that.
really
Well,
helpful community. I love it, and I'm proud to be part of it.
we all know that you're a wizard. So it basically means that you have concocted something and actually made it manifest in Annie and myself. And therefore, we know that your hand is behind us. And we look forward to this new year with you being totally and utterly behind us as well, pushing us forward or propping us up, however you might do it, giving us a few, let's just say, writing out a few spells and making sure, yeah, basically having us spellbound with your imagination and also your words of inspiration as well. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I agree. I second that. So like I say, my friends, like you make our community happen, right? And man, it is a year where I say we all need to go big. We need to go bigger. We need to go have more impact, serve more people. Yeah,
I want to become so big
yeah,
that I fly over the moon.
excellent. And how high was that? There's an advert about that in UK right now, right?
How high is that?
Let's not worry about that. I get the idea.
I'm wondering. I'll get back. I'll get back to you on that answer.
Yes, it's fine. It's fine. Look, so I think one of the greatest things whatever we're trying to achieve is this topic, this taking risks, right? I say, and many people are seriously averse to taking risks. They like being comfortable, and you see it in many different ways, right? Yeah, they won't decide, they won't commit, they won't do, they don't want to put themselves forward. They don't want to even tell you what they think. And all of that is hidden. Of course, don't you ask them to invest something into to get to what they want? They'll be like, no, I don't really want that, right? I think there's a risk taking element to achieving anything. If we look around us, my friends, everything around us is created by someone, right? And that's it's created by someone who took a risk, someone who said, "Sod it, I'm going to do it regardless." I mean, so I'm working towards the question: what is a risk by definition? I'm sure you can find that on Google or wherever it's other search engine you use. But deep down, I think many people don't want to do the new, the different. They don't want to do what they're, what comes with guarantees. Except nothing in life comes with guarantees, right? And your bold idea, the big thing you want to achieve, doesn't come with guarantees. The reality is you will fail. I didn't say may, I said you will fail, right? And you will learn. But unless you're willing to take risks, you're going to be stuck in the same place. So today's all about beating up, what is risk taking and what does it take to take risks. Of course, I've got a video to show you. I found a great video by Jim Rohn, one of the world's greatest ever speakers, and I think we can learn a lot from the qualities that he shared. But until we get to that point, let me have a conversation with my friends, Mr. Cyrus and Mr. Come on stage about taking risks. Yay. That's all right with you two, right?
Yeah,
you are correct. Cyrus?
I'm down with that.
Absolutely. I look forward to it.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so I'll see who's here. So I'm sending more DMs as I always do. Why wouldn't I? Okay, so let's begin. Let's begin, my friends. So I do have to go at 8 o'clock. So I have to go and get my beloved from his fighting club. I see Coach Ashif, the genius, is here. Welcome, Miss Joni. No, that's Natalie. This is Miss Joni. How you doing, Miss Joni? Glad you're here. So we missed you yesterday, but you're here, right? That's an important thing. So if you do want to join this studio, do join us. Which actually is always going to throw a stone in the works, a spanner in the works, as we say in the UK, right? Being average keeps the average down. Be teachable. Agree. Of course, I'm sure we all agree with that, right? Being average keeps the average down. So let's not settle for average. And again, this is a good way to, I guess, start on the topic of risk. Cyrus, what's risk to you? Now, when I say take a risk, what do you hear?
Well, the risk for me, if you ask me before 2019, that would be losing money. From 2019 and onwards is when I see potential in something and not going for it, because somebody else will, right? So not taking the chances that are actually laid out in front of me. Things that suit my personality, things that could help my business, things that could help me as a person, help me grow as a person, things that strengthens my relationship with my family, things that somehow I could try make mistakes in and see the results. So for me, the risk is not taking the risk. That's the real risk for me. Something that I call risk. Perhaps it's not a risk. Most of the things that we feel. So as an example, writing the book that I'm writing, what's the risk in that? Nobody will read it. Well, so be it. I'm not writing it for others. I'm writing it for me, right? I'm going to read it. At some point, I'm going to have to read it 7, 8, 9, 10 times because otherwise, my editor would freaking murder me if I don't. So, and my publisher will probably do the same thing. So, the real risk is not writing the book you always wanted to write. The real risk is being 30 years old, 35, 40 years old, and not implementing the things that you learned in your life, not starting the business you always wanted to start, not creating the live events that you wanted to create, not writing the book you wanted to write, not creating the community you wanted to create, and just remaining in your head. Most of the people I know, they stay inside their own head, and as they say, to get ahead, get out of your head. So that's my 2026 message for my fellow LinkedIners: to get ahead, get out of your head. Thank you.
I got to put that in the comments somehow, right? To get ahead, to get out of your head. I like that. I do like that. No, that's a full definition, Cyrus. It is all of that, right? Of course, opportunities. You say, if we see them and we hesitate or pull back and don't take them, that's a risk, right? The opportunities, take the opportunities, not knowing what's going to happen, whether we're guaranteed success, is a risk, right? But also, like you say so beautifully, I think the risk is not taking a risk. That's the biggest risk to humanity. We must learn to get to the top of the cliffs and jump. Eventually we must learn to jump. Of course, I get it. I know most people are thinking the same thing. They're thinking, what? What if it goes wrong? What if the parachute doesn't open? I've never got a parachute. So what if I embarrass myself? There's the flowers will tell you that you've got the 7 different fears hold us back, right? You know, let's not be those ones who don't jump off the cliff. Yeah, because you never know whether we can make a parachute on the way down. Well, you better do. Otherwise, it could be a big splat, right? You know, we learn so much on the way down. We learn so much when we take that leap about ourselves, about humanity, about life. You know, taking risks is ultimately living. Those who don't take risks don't live. You know, that's as extreme as I see it, Cyrus. So I fully accept what you say, my friend. Yes. Is that me? Yeah. Yeah. To get ahead, get out of your head. Welcome, Miss Prue. So great to see you. Happy New Year to you. My genius friend Taisha, I see you as well. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Miss Joni, my new friend. That's the one from Panama, I hope. Oh, this is Miss Joni. Yeah. My friends, you know, you get to meet some of our new friends, and Joni is one of the interesting ones. She's a sexologist. Yay. This may just be the year I talk about sex and sexual transmutation and sexual energy more than people would like me to. But I'm gonna go there, right? You know, they say I've got two Jonies who want to talk about the power of sexuality. Oh. And I'm excited. Now let's the flowers talk about sex transmutation. So don't be shooting me and thinking it's me being perverted. But I've got specialists. Journey number 1, I will also journey number 2. Who want to come and talk about it now? Journey number 2 has got her romance books that we're gonna have to learn from in good time. Welcome. Oh, look at this. This is 2026. It's as great as 2025 was, right? So Liana, I see you. Welcome as well. Thanks so much for joining us. Liana's there more than anywhere else. Right. That's how I do see you. Happy Tuesday to you indeed. Right? Thanks for joining me. I'm not going to talk to myself. My plans are out the window now. Let's talk about it, my friends. Let's talk about it. Right. Mute yourself. That way I don't have to mute you, my friend. Trouble over. Mute yourself. Okay, yeah, I've muted you. For a second, right? Okay, I'll come back to you in a second. Mr. Calm, talk to me. What does taking a risk mean to you? Welcome, Joni. Of course, I see you.
All right. I really like what Mr. Phenomenal had to say. It made me think a little bit more about what I was actually thinking in terms of risk. And from my perspective, there are 3 categories that I have to examine. Those categories are probability, consequence, and sovereignty. Let me explain that. In terms of probability, I look at it this way: the probability of failure. Measuring the probability of failure.
Okay, I thought you said credibility, but probability.
No, not credibility. Probability.
Okay, I'll take that.
Measuring the probability of failure is a mathematical calculation that you make in your head. How successful?
Is it really though?
Yeah. How successful are you going to be? Because when you take a risk, that's why you take the risk. I'm going to take the risk because I believe it's going to be successful. Mm-hmm. Or I don't take the risk because I believe it's not going to be successful. It's going to be punishingly and grueling. I don't take the risk. So that falls into it too. Then there's consequence. Running into the unknown. All right? It's like when you take a risk, you're going into a black hole, not knowing what exactly is going to happen. I say a black hole is like, you're flying in space, as we currently are. We're on this planet called Earth. It's a huge, gigantic biological spaceship, and we're riding around on Earth. all right, going around the sun. At some point, there's a singularity that occurs in front of the Earth, and it's a black hole. There's a probability you're not going to enter it. There's a probability you're not going to be sucked in. There's a probability you are going to be sucked in. Well, that's all depends upon the gravity between the Earth and the black hole. Black hole could suck you in. Now, there's a risk of staying on Earth, going through the black hole. There's a risk of getting off the Earth, going to another planet, and not going through the black hole. But those are the consequences that you also have to examine. What are the consequences? What's going to happen if I do this? The consequences of the decisions that you make that are based on risk are relevant. The other thing is sovereignty. Your ability to drive your own decisions. You can be incapable of doing that. That means somebody else is driving you. The life that you're living is not yours. It belongs to somebody else. They're the ones who are driving you to do this, to do that, giving you instructions, where to go, where not to go, where to be, where not to be. This interferes with your mind. Where you want to be, somebody else is actually telling you, no, I don't want you to be there. I want you to be here. Interfering with your direction. You want to go in this specific direction because you know that this is, or you feel like, oh, this is great. This is what I need to do. But if your president says, no, I want you to go here, and you take a look at that and you say, that's risky. But he's giving you a command. So now it's like, okay, do I become sovereign and make my own decision? Or do I not become sovereign and go by his decision? What's the risk? So I look at risk in those terms in mind frames, making decisions, and then looking at probability, the consequence, and the sovereignty, your sovereignty. And as for myself, I've decided that I want to be more sovereign. I want to be sovereign to myself.
You are sovereign. We all have the power to make our decision.
I do not want other people to make decisions for myself.
Yeah.
When I know that, like for instance, I had a decision to make. I could either go to Annie's program.
And his workshop yesterday.
Yeah. Annie's workshop. And skip the other workshop that I was doing, or the other items that I was doing, and fall behind.
You should have done that. You know, you'd have gained more. You'd have gained more from coming to join to the 10 of us over there.
Yeah, but then my argument was I gained more not going.
You didn't want
sticking to what I was doing. My argument was I would gain more not going to your thing and continuing on with the program that I was doing. So that was also a risky decision that I wanted to make. Now, I'm not so sure.
Hold on, question.
Mm-hmm.
Was the fact that mine cost $75 and the other one was free matter? Does that count in your decision making?
Yes, that also counted in my decision making too. Because the other one, I actually paid $150 for it, and I had done that a long time ago.
Well, no, you can't be in two places at once, right? So
no, I can't.
That's not sovereignty. That's not sovereignty.
The thing is, it's also it's being, and when I say sovereignty, I mean it's the risk of like, okay, I don't care about the $150. I want to go to anything. I'm making a sovereign decision. Me. I'm going to anything.
You see,
nobody else is telling me you need to go to this one or you need to go to that one. But I had that conflict because Annie was there,
Listen,
and then
listen.
this other person was there, and I say, but you know what? My
Listen.
heart wants to go to anything, and then the other one says, no, but you have to finish this because
Your card wants to go to any workshop. Now that's only where you would have got there. Your heart doesn't really matter, right? Look, let me unpick one of your points in a bit back. Say one
it
more.
was multiple decisions. I mean, that's why I
Yeah,
even have this list because there are multiple decisions that cause or create risk, and that's what
okay.
you run into. You examine risk that way through
Yeah.
multiple
Yes.
processes that you go through.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Now give me a second. I'll come back to you. Dr.
Okay.
Lisa, welcome to the party. How are you? Hopefully your internet. Well, the fact you're here tells me we might have hope for our your metamorphosis live in a couple 3 hours. So do join us then, talking menopause, and we're talking New Year's goals for old people like me. So so I'm glad you're here. So of course,
Old people. Damn,
I
Danny.
mean, you're talking about andropause, Annie, not menopause. Andropause.
no, it's from the people in midlife. So men and women. So it's not just men. It's not just men. So it is menopause. It's Lisa's thing. Andropause is a side thing in her, I guess, her target audience and who she serves. But I do accept that. Prue, say I have to say, Prue, talk to Natalie. So Natalie's a big National Health Service user. So you get a big user of health services. So do talk to us. Prue has a platform for GP surgery. Anyone in the UK, especially, I don't know whether your service spreads to the US, Prue. They have a way to book better appointments, a better way to book appointments for people to get to see their GP and those sort of people that need health people that needs to see, right? And where else am I gonna go? Yes, this is Joni. This is Joni. I have two Jonies. This is my new Joni, a genius. It says effective sex impacts on our life is not understood nor talked about enough. Joni, do we agree with that? Of course we do. We really agree, right?
I mean, is she like my twin? I don't know. Where is she?
She's a sexologist. And she's in Panama and she's amazing. I was like,
Well, I A plus because whoa, that's something I would say. So
we agree.
good job.
We agree. Welcome, Barbara. I see you. Oh, so Prue's platform does spread to other countries. So, if anyone knows health services, as I said, do talk to Prue. Connect with Prue, or let me know. I'll connect you in the group chat. So anything I can say. My wife has got backache as we speak, and she tried to do the booking GP thing, and they say to you, you have to call by 8 p.m., 8 a.m. And they have to call you back. If you miss that call, you're in trouble. You have to wait till next day, next week.
Big trouble.
So she had to go private today. So that's just how health service works. Nikki, happy New Year! Greetings to you too. Right, thank you so much for joining us. And I want to hear more of your voices, my friends. The link is in the comment section of the event page. So do join us, Mr. Calm. Look, I can understand the concept of calculated risks. I get it. You don't jump off the cliff without a parachute unless you're going to make one on the way down, right? Otherwise, you will go splat. And so I know taking a risk has potential dangers, right? But look, it's very rare in humanity that the black hole is truly what happens if we fail. That's rarely the case, right? We're not going to suddenly die if we don't do it. We're not going to die if we don't do it as perfectly as we want to do it. In reality, life is about making choices, as you said, right? We have that power. Don't let the fear of something going wrong keep you stuck, keep you living in fear. You must embrace risk for what it is. Now, risk is not a bad thing. Risk is your key to your life that you want to live. Risk is everything that's good about life. I'm not going to accept anything else. I'm saying that taking risks is the biggest skill that we can learn. That's what I'm talking about it today, right? You have to embrace risk, learn to live with it, learn to manage it. The good thing is that we can. Risk is it's like an exercise, it's like a muscle. The more you take risks, the more you become comfortable taking risks.
I
You're not
agree.
a black hole. You're just not. It's not gonna happen, right? The worst that's gonna happen is that you're gonna learn, and then you go again.
That's
Those who
correct.
succeed, those who create greatness, from look wherever you want to look. Mr. Steve Jobs, Mr. Microsoft guy. I'm saying I know they're big guys. I do know their names. The Wright brothers, Mercedes, and Mr. Henry Ford. I could go on, right? Those people took huge risks. Their world didn't collapse. So in keeping with the name of this room, I ask you, my friends, why can't we think, what if I do succeed? Why do we always think of the negative? What if I fail? What if it goes wrong? What if I lose money? Blah, 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 blah. Think, what if I win? What if I can impact the world in a way that the world needs? Because the world needs your solution, right? Your bold idea, the world needs it. No, that's what it was waiting for you to create it. Now, if you sit there thinking, oh that I might sink, I might lose everything. You may. What if you don't? What if it goes the other way? Anyway, I could go on forever. I do accept Carm's point, though, that you need to believe that you can get this done. You must believe that you can achieve success.
Like any, do you mind if I talk for a second?
No, it's your time. It's your time.
I think it's first of all, Calm wrote me a birthday message, or actually voice spoke a birthday message that was so lovely, and it really made my day. So you will forever be granted love and forgiveness in my heart. He's a good person.
I like that. And I sang you a birthday message,
I hear that. Yeah, whatever. But anyways, Calm did it on video, and I mean, really, all of this group has just been so wonderful to, you develop us as writers, develop us as interesting people. That's really what we're about, right? And I think that risk taking can take a lot of time, a lot of time. Like, I've taken so many risks, and they have emptied my bank account. And then I've taken some that fill it back up. So you have to have some sort of like mindset that, okay, I am going to use this chunk of money to take this little offshoot. And when you're talking about like huge guys, like Henry Ford, are you kidding? Yeah, sure. He took a risk. All right. Yeah, fine. But for us, this is all we have. This is all we have, Annie. And so you take a risk to really take a risk.
Journey. Yeah, so I guess now this part is about what does it mean to take a risk, right? To take a risk,
It's hard.
Look, it's not always about creating a rocket that goes to the moon. I think every time you do something new, something different, something that scares the f out of you, right? Every time you do it, and we will do that every day, right? And to create a solution, to write your book, for example, Joni, it takes, and as Sarah mentioned it earlier, it takes a lot from you, inside you, to say, I can do this, number one. I want to do this. It could go wrong. It could not. Maybe no one's going to read it. Maybe it's going to flop, right? Maybe I don't even finish it.
It might flop, but there's 20 of them, so.
Right. What 26 now? Anyway, I say that's that. I see that in the same league as Henry Ford, going from let's stop giving them horses and carts into giving them horsepower in the engine. we can
And
create those.
Henry Ford, actually, he invented, the black car.
Yeah.
Because he started doing colorful cars, but black was the least expensive paint. And so he got on board with that.
Right.
And so he said, no more, colorful paint. So he was a good businessman too. But he had serious money coming down to him to help him.
All right, hold on a second. I mentioned, Joni's service, right? I think that's a big risk because, as you and I know, Joni, as soon as we mention the word sex, everyone goes, "Ah, I'm running off." We're gonna swallow them into a black hole. We're not, right? When Lisa talks about menopause, people think, terrible. No, it's not terrible. I say now, everyone here has a unique solution that the world needs. When Prue has software for GPs, for example, right? I'm saying, we have to accept that we are creating bold solutions, and each of those bold
solutions. That's a really good name for it, Annie.
Yeah,
honestly, so you and I have talked about this a lot, about how important sex is. I know that's a weird thing to say, just like creativity, let's say. And people don't talk about it enough because it's slightly awkward. But it is a really big part of life. And I really do encourage anyone to explore that part of their life, because you live once, and that's why I'm like a writer now. I mean, I also own a construction company, so blah. But that's why I like had dogs, because I needed to know what it was like to conquer that goal. And but the sex thing, Annie and I have been talking about, not in a weird way, just in a way that should be okay to speak about that.
There's different types, there's different elements to
definitely different elements. Sorry,
sexuality is what Joni talks about. No, we talk about sexual energy and transmutation of sexual energy.
Yes.
But then at the heart of our conversations, Joni, is about love and romance.
I know. I did not prepare for this, so I'm sorry.
It's all right.
But no, I do think it's important, Annie. I really do. I think everyone out there should be enjoying another human in the way that they know is safe and possible. And I know this is so weird. So my first 20-ish books are really about love, but they're really about different ways you can love. It's like loving yourself, loving your home, loving your country, loving your garden, loving your pets. So it's not all sexual, but sexual identity is not, it's something that a lot of people don't come into until they're in their 20s. And I so respect that. But I think the act of sex is so, so important.
Come back to risk taking and talking about your topic.
Okay, all right, blah. I know. I really went off the tracks here.
All right, so come back.
Yeah. I'm the hugest risk taker. Can you stop putting me up? Why am I up?
Well, what does that mean when you say you're a huge risk taker?
I quit a job when I had enough money to quit it because I couldn't work for the man anymore. And I started my own company with proper, industry essentially. But I just think it was very, my construction world is very male dominated. So I just wanted to make my mark in there, and I did. And then, in the last year or so, I love writing. I love being creative. I love painting. I love singing. I love all of these creative things that I was never, pushed to do. And so I was like, you know what? Wait, I'm 44 now. Oh my God. I was going to say 43. I'm 44 and I am going to do it. So that's all.
Agreed. Well, I think I guess one thing that our friends will discover about you is that risk you took to quit your job and go and start your own company has now got you to become a property developer. I know that.
Got to be a developer.
Right.
I bought my first piece of land and modular home, and it's like almost finished. I mean, the modular home is finished, but I can't put it on the market yet. But I'm like, damn, like I bought this home. I sold it. I got the profits. Then I decided not to be like crazy and live there, but I'm going to sell it or rent it. And it's almost done. It's literally almost done within a week. And so, yeah, I'm happy. But, I'm 44. I wouldn't have done this at 24, right?
I don't know, maybe we ought to do it, whatever age we're at, we need to take those risks, make those decisions. And I say, what's people would have done, Journey? Stick to the job that they don't like and just sit there.
Like sometimes that's good. Some people aren't good.
Good. That's never good. We need.
No, but some people aren't entrepreneurs. They fuck it up and they get scared, and so I don't think it's necessarily for everyone. I think everyone should have some sort of creative outlet, like writing, or painting, or doing whatever you want. But I do not think everyone is an entrepreneur.
You're not living if you don't take those risks.
But risks are all in different levels, right?
Yes, I agree. But
I would never do a marathon.
I don't know. Now you say it. Now you're thinking, "Ooh, could I?
Nope. Don't want to. Do not want to. Peace out on that.
I have no interest. I have no, at all. But so I'm saying, that's not going to change my life. If it was going to change my life,
I know, but writing books has changed my life.
Yes.
And singing in a band changed my life. Having puppies changed my life.
You do new things, Joni. You do things that don't guarantee success. That's what risk taking really is, right? You're a risk taker. I'll come back to you.
I'm an entrepreneur, so that's it. But I don't shame anyone. All right, let someone else talk.
Every entrepreneur is a risk taker. Francesca, welcome. I welcomed you earlier. Glad you're here. Have I missed anyone out? I hope not. I'm scrolling. Oh, my good friend Philip is here as well. Welcome, sir. Great to see you. Always great to have you in our rooms. What's that? Nikki wants to hear more about the sexual identity. It's coming, Nikki. It's coming. Let's say they say we've got a big plan, right? We got a big plan. So, and entrepreneurship is not.
It's like huge. It's like 6 inches to 8 inches huge. All right.
I'm ignoring you.
I got it.
No, entrepreneurship is for most people. Look, how are you going to? Khan was talking about this earlier. Sovereignty, the power to decide, and the only way you get the power to decide is to often create your own machine, your own company. Otherwise, you are a slave to someone else's company. You don't do what you want to do in my company. Do what I want you to do. Follow my dream, my goal, my direction. I think entrepreneurship can be for people who are willing to learn. That's the point. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's my personal thought. If anyone has a thought on that, you feel free. Mr. Tobiloba, share it with us, my friend. How are you?
Annie.
I'm okay. Good to see you, everyone. Can you hear me, please?
Yeah, perfectly.
Okay.
I
Good to
muted
see you.
Tony. She'll hate me, but it's fine. We'll come back in a minute.
Okay. What does it take to be a risk taker to achieve your bold idea? I I'll say that waiting to figure out how things should be done is one of the risks that you are taking that can actually cost your life. And not even taking a risk is a risk on its own. So you must take a risk so that you not take a risk. And you can't take a risk and be wishing on how it's going to be done, or be hoping on miracle, or be hoping on how it will be without you really doing what you are meant to do, right? Without you doing what you are really meant to do. Taking risk does not necessarily mean that you will take actions that will be totally outside of what you have an idea about. That's not what really taking risk is all about. In the secrets, the application of the secrets, we're given 3 ways to make the secrets useful. Number 1 is to ask, number 2 is to believe, and the number 3 is to receive. And inside the secrets, we're being made to understand one thing, that see life as you placing an order on Amazon. As you ordering, like let's say you place an order for Johnny's book on Amazon. That's how you're meant to feel like. You are very certain. You don't know when particular they are going to bring it, but you know deeply that this book is coming to you or is already yours. Or you see life as you getting an inheritance, even though the inheritance has not gotten to you, you still believe that you gotten an inheritance. How do I want to marry this one with taking a risk to be able to achieve bold idea? Taking that step and believing that what you have taken is going to work is what make a complete risk taking. Taking a risk and hoping that what if it doesn't work is not totally taking a risk. Taking a risk simply means you believe in what you're doing. You believe in what you're about to do. You believe that it's going to bring solution to your life. You believe that it's going to add value to you. You believe that it's going to bring another thing to you. So when you take a risk, it means that you also believe that it's going to happen. And once you believe that you are going to receive it. So it's very important that while you take those risks that you say you want to take, you must be able to believe that what you are about to do, the new things you are about to do. It was here on live like this that I may mention that I want to put an ebook together, right? And today the ebook has been sold to 18 people. Just sometimes last year, that was September last year. I remember September 1st last year was when I said, oh, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write an ebook. Whether you believe it or not, it's going to work for people that believe in it. I have the ebook. Many people, at least up to 8 people got the ebook from the United States, just $10. And the kind of testimony that I receive from that book is massive. Guess what? I'm putting my agency together. We want to be able to perform or give excellent excellent skills, excellent services. Just want to have it in one umbrella. You need a video editor, we got you covered. You need a web developer, we got you covered. You need a sales rep, we got you covered. You need a content writer, we got you covered. You need a social media manager, we got you covered. I really don't have to take anybody's opinion or take ask people if it's going to work. I believe it's going to work because I already understand that is what I focus on that I will attract to myself. So when we say like you take a bold idea to be able to, you take risk to be able to achieve your bold idea. It means that what you are doing, you believe in it. So I'll close by telling you that whatever action you've taken now and you don't believe it can bring transformation to you, just stop. Whatever action you've taken now that you believe that it cannot take you to the next level, just stop. Whatever action you've taken now that you believe that it will not give you solution to a particular thing, just stop it. So it's very important as we take the action, you must also believe that you will get result out of the action you've taken. Hope I'm able to share one or two.
Holy Lobo. Tell me how you pronounce it.
Tobiloba.
Holy Loba.
Yeah.
Loba.
Yeah.
Holy Loba. God, you could talk to me for hours. I would just like listen to your voice and I just think you are, gosh, amazing. I really love like your wisdom that you're like pointing towards our crowd, and I am definitely really proud of you. I don't know, you are someone to be proud of.
No, really. No, well said, Joni. Look, I hope that we are going to leave here with the reality that my friends have shared. Right? Yes, now Mr. Calm is into the calculated risk. We all are. Don't be dumb. Don't make silly decisions. Don't take silly risks, right? As Tobiloba just mentioned, when we have an idea, we have enough to make it happen. You can wait all you like. There'll never be a perfect moment for you to start. Start now. And Joni, you made a point as well. You only live once. Now, if you think it, you can see it, do it. That's what risk taking is all about, really. It's about not procrastinating, not scaring yourself, not waiting, not thinking those thoughts forever. Like, don't be that person.
And not taking really risky risks if you have children, right?
Yeah,
Annie?
calculated risk, but calculated risk.
Yeah, you calculated risk. There we go.
Which is something that you use all you have. Use your true belief. When you have a true belief, it means you're going to make it work regardless of the challenges. It means, a lot of rich people go bankrupt very quickly, right? They go bankrupt. And you know what they do? They just build it straight back up and make more next time. I'm saying we all have this capacity.
We get easy lines of credit. You guys don't.
No, we don't need easy lines of credit. I think that
I know, Annie, I'm kidding around with you, but it is kind of true.
I think that there's something in, I want to end with the characteristics of risk takers, right? And let's say maybe the biggest one is follow through, as Tobiloba said. Now, if I'm going to start it, I'm going to make it work. The Wright brothers didn't say, "Oh, no, all our prototypes have crashed. Let's stop making it. Let's stop making these flying things." They're like, "No, we're going to make one that's going to work." They followed through. They didn't stop halfway there, right? Same as us, and believe and you should receive. Look, the gods are you. Now, when we believe, the gods are on our side. When we take that risk, when we jump off the cliff, the gods will save us. Essentially, is what Tobiloba is saying, and I agree. You have to believe that. In business, the same thing, right? We have to believe that we can succeed. You see, when I talk about what does it take? What sort of person does it take to be a risk taker? Number one, and I said follow through. Number two, my friends, is the fact that you have to be prepared to be the biggest idiot in the room. Because taking a risk really means doing something that's different, that's new. Going from what you're good at, maybe even an expert at, to something that you know not a lot about. Other people know more than you do at the beginning anyway, right? You know that thing they always say, there's no stupid question. Just ask it, right? You know? Because those who take risks ask questions all the time of those who know better than we do. You ask questions,
Hey,
ask questions.
Annie,
Go for it.
I told my girls in high school, and they were like, I was like, if you feel nervous, like in class, just they ask you a question, you ask them a question. Like, put it back on them. You always put the question back on the person. And I was like, it took me many years to figure this out. But you put the question back on them. Like, what do you think about, you know, their whatever, Romeo and Juliet's relationship and blah, blah, blah. I'd be like, well, what do you think about Romeo's actual, you know, integrity in this relationship? And question on a question, it works every time.
It can work. Of course it can. Of course it can. Look, give me a chance to show my video, and then so we can wrap up, because our time is always short. Prue, I do see your link, so do talk now. Talk to Prue. Check out her link anyway. Yeah, so that'll be in the comments. So they're gonna have a look at how Prue helps and what she offers. You'll get a discount code as well. CPM2, right? You know, you can work that out for yourselves, right? And look, let me show you a video for a couple of minutes. You know, I think it'd be interesting to show you what it means to take risks and what sort of person it takes to take risks. Hopefully, we can work towards being that person. Right? Here it goes.
Few strategies that I have found helpful over the years. Start by identifying your fears. What's holding you back? What are you afraid of? Is it failure? Is it rejection? Is it the unknown? Once you identify your fears, you can start to face them head on. Remember, courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Start small. You do not have to make huge, life-altering decisions right away. Start with small risks and gradually work your way up. Each small risk you take will build your confidence and make the bigger risk seem less daunting. Reframe how you think about failure. Instead of seeing failure as a negative outcome, see it as a learning opportunity. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger or wiser? Surround yourself with risk takers. Find people who inspire you, who challenge you, who encourage you to step out of your comfort zone. Their courage and success can be contagious. Educate yourself. The more you know about something, the less scary it becomes. If you are thinking about starting a business, learn everything you can about entrepreneurship. If you are considering a career change, research the new field thoroughly. Is power, and it can give you the confidence to take bigger risks. Visualize success. Take some time each day to imagine yourself succeeding. See yourself overcoming obstacles, achieving your goals, living the life you want. This mental rehearsal can help build your confidence and motivation. Remember that taking risks is a skill. Like any skill, it gets better with practice. The more risks you take, the more comfortable you will become with uncertainty and change. When I talk about taking risks, I'm not talking about being reckless or irresponsible. I'm talking about calculated risks. Risks where you have considered the potential outcomes and decided that the potential benefits outweigh the potential drawbacks. It's important to do your due diligence. Research, plan, prepare. But do not let the need for preparation become an excuse for inaction. There comes a point where you have to take the leap. And here's something crucial to remember. Taking risks does not mean you have to go it alone. In fact, one of the best ways to mitigate risk is to build a strong support system. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, who encourage you, who can offer advice and support when you need it. These people can be your safety net, giving you the confidence to take bigger risks. But be careful who you listen to. Not everyone will understand your vision. Not everyone will support your dreams. And that's okay. You do not need everyone's approval to take risks and pursue your goals. Remember, most people are so afraid of failing that they never even try. So when you start taking risks, when you start pursuing your dreams, some people might try to discourage you. They might tell you it's too risky, too difficult, too unrealistic. But here's the truth. Those people are not trying to protect you. They are projecting their own fears and limitations onto you. Do not let their fears become your fears. Do not let their limitations become your limitation. Instead, seek out people who inspire you, people who challenge you, people who believe in you, even when you do not believe in yourself. And speaking of belief, let's talk about the most important ingredient in risk-taking. The biggest obstacle to taking risks is not external. It's not the economy or the competition or the difficulties you might face. The biggest obstacle is right between your ears. It's that little voice that says, you cannot do this. You are not good enough. You are going to fail. That voice is a liar, and it's time to stop listening to it. You are capable of so much more than you realize. You have talents and strengths that you haven't even discovered yet, but you will never uncover those talents. You will never reach your full potential if you are not willing to take risks. So I want you to start believing in yourself. I want you to start trusting your abilities. I want you to start seeing yourself not as you are, but as you could be. Because here's the thing, the world does not see you the way you see yourself. The world does not put limits on what you can achieve. Those limits exist only in your mind. So it's time to break those mental barriers. It's time to challenge those self-imposed limitations. It's time to start believing that you are capable.
It's time to start believing that you are able and you will. It really is time, my friends. It's 2026. Come on now. It's our time. It's our time to create truly. Coach Ashley, I don't see. So what formats did the quotas share? It's on YouTube. So it's a video, and of course it's a video, right? If you want the link, I can share the link with you, Coach Ashley. If let me know, I'll send it to you quite happily. It's only when your intent and actions are in alignment can you create the reality you desire. I agree with you. I agree with you entirely. Of course I do. That's actually right. This is part of our conversation. If you can see it and it feels right to you, don't talk yourself out of it. Don't fear taking the risk. 2026, and I say to everyone, this is our time. Jump in, jump off the cliff. You'll survive, I promise you. But maybe a big lesson from Jim Rohn's share there is our video there is simply believe in ourselves, make the right friends, our safety net. And with that, go for it. Make a plan, research, prepare. Research, prepare, and plan, and then do. That's taking risks, my friend. You never know. If I go back to Jonah's point, because I can see her, it's simply that we are the ones who create genius. It's not other people. It's us.
Yeah.
It's us.
It is us. It takes a lot of tries.
It really does. But the one time that we do something, it will work.
It might. Yeah, it might not. But yeah. I would say have a backup plan.
If you do nothing, Joni, nothing's going to work. Nothing's going to change. If you do something,
whatever.
It might work,
I think, P.S. Natalie, Google Lens, if you redo that, will show you the exact video that you're looking for.
Send me a link, I'll send it to you. Send me a DM, I'll send it to you. Look, I want to give you the last chance to have your final word for our friends who may be averse to risk, who may be scared of taking that risk, who may not want to take that risk. What do you say to them? Joni, we'll start with you because you're there.
Okay, well, start with me because I'm on. First of all, I was so scared when I even joined like any of these audio rooms back 3 years ago, I think. And I met this huge, great group of people, and I became like the kindest version of myself, and I just like gave grace to myself because a lot of you have shared grace and like understanding, and I went through a big career change and like a stupid child custody thing, but you guys gave me grace, and I will never forget it. And I'm going hiking. I'm for about 15 days starting on Thursday. And so if I'm not in rooms, don't think I'm dead. I am just in Los Angeles around, well, I think it's Lake Arrowhead. And it's like the first place I went after I had assault happened to me. And we just go back there, try to go back there every year. And we just camp for 10 days, basically. It's 15 days total, but yeah, we camp and no alcohol. We write down in our journals every night, and it's girls and boys, but it's a wonderful thing that I do. And so don't think I'm gone. I love you
It's
too.
only me that thinks you're gone, Joni, because when you're my client, I talk to you, as you know, I talk to you every day, essentially.
I know you do.
That's right.
I told you about this.
When I don't find you, I'm like, what's happened to you? Anyway, that's just me, right?
I know.
It's true. Now, Bobby, welcome. It's never late. Better you're here for a few minutes than not. I'm so glad you're here. No, thank you, Joni.
Oh my God. And is Cyrus up here? Oh,
yeah, Cyrus is going to go. Cyrus, are you
my
next?
angel, Cyrus. I mean, I'm sorry, Michael, I love you too. And
Next.
but Cyrus and Toby, I'm sorry. Gosh, I love you all. But Cyrus, I really do love. He's a good person.
Michael, what's your final word today?
You better love me better, Joni. I mean, geez.
I mean, I like have such a crush on you. It's crazy. It's so crazy. Like I have a big poster of you like on my wall.
Let's go in 2 minutes. My son can't wait. So, she loves you more, Michael. There you go. She got a crush on you. How's that?
That's fine. Okay, let me go real quick. This is something we do every day. We wind down in the evening, we get into our beds, but do any of you think about whether you're going to get up the next morning? You're going to be alive, whether you're going to see your next day. Maybe some of you do. But you get into bed anyway and you go to sleep and you figure, what's the risk? Some people don't. They don't wake up the next day. They're gone. That's what taking a risk is. It's a black hole. You never know what's going to happen next. You go to sleep, you go into your dream, and you're dreaming forever after that. We do this every day. That's what taking a risk is all about. You never know. But you got to have the confidence to follow on. You got to have the gumption to say, you know what? I have nothing to lose. Let's go. So you get into your bed, you go to sleep. Maybe you're not. You'll wake up tomorrow. I leave with that.
It's a good way to look at it. Look, our time is now. You only live once. Maybe you won't live after that, as you say, Michael, right? So, there's different ways of taking what you said. Now, the way I take it is, let's do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Start. At least start the steps, my friend. Start the steps. Because the chances are you're going to wake up tomorrow.
And Michael, you wake up tomorrow, and the worst thing is if you don't have the people you love there. So it is horrible. So you think about it, because I had kids here all the time, and now I don't all the time.
Is that the worst thing? I think some of the worst thing
It's the worst to feel alone.
You see, on your deathbed, I heard someone say this, right? You don't think
We'll all be there on my deathbed, Annie. I'm just saying day to day.
Saying on your deathbed, you're not going to think about the failures you had. I tell you what you're going to think about. You're going to think about the things you didn't do, the opportunities you had that you didn't take, the risks that you didn't take. So, use now as a chance to take advantage of those opportunities, those things that you can do, and do them. On your deathbed, you thank yourself, I promise you. Toby Loba, what's the final message? Mr. Toby, are you there? You're muted, so I don't know. So, okay, maybe God's looking after me and saying, "Let me go and get your son." But my friends, I would thank you all for spending your time with us. There's too many of you to thank. Natalie, thanks for managing the comments as always.
Cyrus, talk to us.
Cyrus is he hasn't unmuted. Oh, he's there.
Cyrus.
Yeah, I'm here.
Go for it, bro.
I was listening to Joni and Michael. How's it going, Joni? All right.
Go and do it quick. What's your final message for us today on this topic?
The final message is basically in continuation of what Michael was saying about waking up tomorrow, right? Every day when I wake up, because I've learned this from one of my friends who's a paramedic, and he said to me, I went to I was called to the scene. The guy had died, and as we were preparing the body to be taken out, and be taken to the morgue, and the guy's iPhone or whatever phone it was, it just started beep 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 beep, beep, like it was like early hours in the morning, and he was supposed to wake up and stop that alarm from beeping, and then from that day onwards, I learned maybe one of these days that could be me, it could be someone I know, right? So from that day, my message became to myself and to my friends. My message and my policy became a little bit different to what it used to be. So it could be, you never know, it could be a paramedic who's going to turn off your alarm for the obvious reason, right? So if there's something you want to do, the only risk that we run on a daily basis is life, right? Life is the biggest risk going. So it's not guaranteed. Tomorrow's not promised, right? So there's no guarantee there's going to be a tomorrow, but you're lucky if there is. And in the grand scheme of things, let's not forget that this concept of time that we've been spoon-fed since childhood, that hours, months, weeks, and stuff, that's a made-up concept. People before us, they invented that, so the hours and months and the wages could be calculated, and the world could, and the expenses could be calculated, and people could get paid, right? So so we needed units of measurement for time, right? But remember that whenever it is nighttime and when you sleep, elsewhere in the world, the life and its hustling and bustling is happening, right? So don't measure your days by the nights. Measure your time by nights and days. Measure your time by the amount of progress you're making. How many pages have you written today? How many messages have you sent? How many emails have you sent out? And how much progress have you made compared to last year? Okay, so you got to get a little bit grand schemey.
Have you made one person laugh?
Yeah, exactly. Have you been happy? Have you been a little bit happier? Okay, so because every day as you are progressing in life and you're going towards old age, eventually, inevitably, you're going to become weaker, and like everybody else, we're all going to die, right? So we all live, we are born, we live, and we die. So what really matters in that space between birth and death, what you're going to do with that, and that's what really matters. So you're running the risk of not using the opportunities, and that's the real risk to me.
It really is. No, I agree with you. Like, tomorrow is not promised, is what Bobby says. I agree. Coach Ashif, I agree with you. He was worried about tomorrow and he did what? Nothing? Something?
Yeah, I agree with what Cyrus
Ashif, I
said.
love you. I love you too. I would
Time,
question you as well.
The only
time is
time
not
we have is
guaranteed.
the present, right? Let's deal with the present. Let's
True.
do what we have to do now. Let's not wait. Don't let risk-taking fears or being adverse to risk stop you.
What you've done is guaranteed, but time is not guaranteed.
Yes, yes, and start now. You may get to live tomorrow. You may get to do greatness tomorrow. But my friends, I do have to go. I thank you all. Like I said, my first event back has been amazing. I have shared the link to Lisa's show. Where is it? So the link to Lisa's show is in the comments. So do join us, RSVP, if you want to join us. We'd love to hear from you. And let's go from there. Thank you so much, my great speakers.
Love
Always
you, any. Mwah, mwah.
Journey,
Moi, moi,
Michael,
moi.
Aloba, Cyrus, thank you so much. And everyone in the comments as well. I appreciate all of you.
Guys, have a lovely new year ahead of you guys. Okay, have a strong start and
It's our time.
make it memorable.
It's our time to go big, Cyrus. And this is let's take the year by storm. Is what I say to everyone. Right? I mean that sincerely. Whatever that means to you, let's get it done. Look, you enjoy. So hopefully I'll see you later. If not, I'll see you tomorrow in my Being Your Think Yourself a Business. Let's talk about what greatness really means. What does greatness mean to you? Anyway, let me start a conversation now. I say bye, everyone. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
Take care, guys.
Bye, everyone.